Last step on our steel piece for our lathe project is to apply our chamfer. We've done all the turning and threading and everything that we need to do, but now we need to put the chamfer on the end of this part. So let's look at the plans real quick, and we'll talk about the chamfer. Right? We're going to put this 0.06 by 45 degree chamfer on the end. Basically, all we're going to do is clip the corner off of the circumference of our workpiece and give it a nice 45 degree angle. To do that, we're going to use a chamfering tool. That's this guy right here. Okay? This is a 90 degree corner. Okay? If I present my workpiece to it, okay, on just one edge, I'm going to cut a nice 45 degree angle on here. So let's look at the setup for this particular operation. This isn't like turning and facing. Okay? There's a little bit of work we have to do with setup. Step one is to get our workpiece and our tool perfectly square to one another. So I'm going to use a machinist square here, pressed up against the workpiece. I'm going to loosen my tool post, okay, and I'm going to line these two things up so that they are 90 degrees to one another. Okay, we'll snug this up, okay, and tighten that nice and snug. Okay, that needs to be 90 degrees or my cut, okay, my chamfer will not be 45. The other thing we need to do is make sure that the height of our chamfering tool is exactly centered on the axis of our workpiece. And I've already done that, okay, but that cutting edge should be right in the center line of my workpiece. The last thing we're going to do is set our RPM. This is going to be set at 540 RPM. Okay, this is a slower process because we're going to end up at the end of this chamfer cut having a fairly wide cutter to workpiece contact. So we need to slow down our RPM to accommodate that. So once we have our height set, we've got our angle nice and tight at 90 degrees, okay, and we've set our RPM, we'll be good to go ahead and actually apply the chamfer. All right, we're ready to go ahead and apply our chamfer. This is a really simple, pretty easy process. What we're going to do is we're going to come over so that we're pretty near the tip of our cutter. Okay, but we want to be a little bit to the left side of our cutter. I'm going to bring this in with the machine on. I'm going to touch off, zero my DRO, and I'm simply going to feed in to the desired dimension on our chamfer, which is 0.06 inches. So we'll come in, touch off, zero, and slowly feed in to 0.06 inches. And back out. It's important to make sure you watch your chamfer cut and make sure that you're actually getting chips. If you aren't seeing chips come off, basically what you're doing is just pushing material out of the way, and you're not actually cutting anything. You're just forming and marring the end of the workpiece as opposed to actually cutting. So make sure you're seeing chips while you're chamfering. And that's it for chamfering. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of your steel piece. That is all set, and you are ready to move on to your aluminum